Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Follow a Sketch February for February 24th. So this is today's sketch. Now, I had planned on making a mixed media background and using my Humper Punch to punch this out and using that. However, the Humper Punch, you guys, is packed up. So that won't be happening. I have all these sketches that I had plans for that things aren't happening because they're packed up. So I feel like I'm going to be revisiting a lot of these sketches in the future. What I do have is this is what I have left of ribbon and washi tape. So I think I'm going to use this. Definitely going to use the gold. And this is a picture of one of the floor medallions in the Grand Floridian. This is Cinderella and Prince Charming. And I love the Grand Floridian so much. So this is going to be the photo I use. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys. So spoiler alert, I don't do anything with the washi tape. I mean, that was going to be my backup plan since my original plan wasn't going to work. But as I was scrapbooking, I just discovered this piece of paper. And I thought that it would be a great piece of paper. Now, I will warn you guys, I just stored it some Afrin, so I might get a little bit clogged before I get totally unclogged. I don't know what's going on, but I don't need this in my life right now. I'm praying and hoping and fingers and toes crossed that I'm just getting like a little bit of an allergy attack. But I'm not feeling too hot right now, so pray for me, people. I don't want to be sick for the move next week. Okay, so I am taking my Tim Holtz Edge Distresser that my super awesome, amazing friend Sharon sent to me. And I am going to just distress the edges of this paper. Now, I'm not doing it a whole heck of a lot. I'm not like tearing into the paper. I'm not hoping for big paper tears or anything like that. What I am going to do is use my ATG to go ahead and place that paper down over top of this black cardstock. Now, in the sketch, there isn't really a border around the layout, but I felt like since I was using these colors and then I was bringing in this kind of humper border piece of paper that had black in it, I felt like I just really needed to use black in the layout, right? Like I love pops of black on my scrapbook layouts. Fun fact, I love black on my cards too. My cards just don't feel right if they don't have a black kind of base. If they don't have a black base, my cards just don't feel right. Maybe that's why I'm a closet card maker and not a full-on card maker. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, I go ahead and cut that humper border around, and now I'm going to take some glitter glaze. Now, this is the glitter glaze that was available on the Scrapping Reflections website. It was part of the December release, and I still have a little bit of it, so I thought I would bring it in. So it's just this iridescent color. I am placing it over top of this paper in a real light fashion. Like I just want a little bit of glitter on here. Like I wish that this paper came glittered because that would be epic. But since it didn't, just adding a little bit of a, basically it's a transparent glaze with iridescent glitter in it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put that off to the side and hopefully have that dry up a little bit. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to edge distress this bad boy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I figure I won't edge distress everything on this layout. I don't really think it needs it, but it does need it on my little humper border place here. So this is going to go down there. And now I've met the humper border part of the sketch. And it's kind of crazy because this is definitely, I was thinking, wow, Sandy, you could tell people this is a way to do this sketch without a whole heck of a lot of fussy cutting, not a whole heck of a lot of die cutting, no real mixed media, and then I had put down the glitter glaze down there. So there's a little bit of mixed media, but you could avoid that, right? And just use the humper border paper, because there are plenty of collections that have humper border papers, and do that without mixed media whatsoever. So I am going to matte the photo, and I'm just figuring out where I want the matte to go and what I want it to look like and be. So I've been really attracted to teal and pink colors lately, more so to the teal and just little pops of the pink. But I'm definitely feeling those teals and blue greens and turquoises and aqua and pool colors and all of those colors that are in that family. So now I am going to put my photo on some fun foam. And what that's going to do is give my photo a little bit of lift. So it's going to be up a little bit off of the humper border paper and that glitter background. So I'm going to figure out what title I want to use. And I am definitely trying to use up the things that are still out and not bemoan the fact that my supplies are super limited. So I love having options for my supplies, right? Like, I also love having a specific set of supplies that I work from. But most of the time, I feel like if I'm in my home, like if I'm at home scrapbooking, I want my options. If I'm out somewhere scrapbooking, if I'm at a retreat or anything like that, I love my confined set of supplies as long as there's a give and take table, because I can scrapbook off of a give and take table. So I guess what I've discovered is I really do like having the plethora of supplies. I'm not a fan of a limited supply kind of thing. There are talks and stuff that I've seen online about small stash scrapbooking, and I don't think that's me. That's not me at all. So I've come to realize that about myself, and I am totally okay with it. And I'm also not doing this layout super fast or anything like that. And I was just talking about things and not looking down, and realized I was FaceTiming Christopher while I was scrapbooking this layout. So if you just saw me pause for a while and I was kind of looking off to the right hand side, it's because we were FaceTiming. Yeah, I'm not going to edit it out. It's just going to be there. So I went ahead and put the word welcome down, because this is the floor of the Grand Floridian. It's one of the beautiful tile things that are in the Grand Floridian. And I was thinking about bringing in some of these Tim Holtz florals, and I'm like, ooh, these roses might be nice. The other ones I wasn't a fan of, right? Like that first floral that I put down there, I was like, nope. But these roses, I'm digging. So I'm going to go ahead and add them down. So I'm putting them in 3 places. And this isn't really in the sketch, and my title is definitely smaller than what the sketch calls for. And I'm okay with that, because I'm all about using a sketch to my advantage, right? Like, sometimes I'm going to want to copy a sketch. Sometimes I'm going to want to take a single element off of it. And sometimes I just want to be inspired. And sometimes I'm going to take that sketch as a base and then do whatever the heck I want on top of it, which is really my favorite way to scrapbook, right? Is to do whatever the heck I want. So I'm going to put on some tiny words, and that's just a nod to those little journaling kind of strips that are in the sketch. So I'm like giving it a nod by saying, yeah, I know that you're there. I'm going to use some little tiny strips. So this is my version of using the tiny strips in the sketch. So I also decide to place the word phrase up there on the upper left-hand corner. And I think I'm going to add just a couple more things. So I add this frame. for no reason other than I felt like it needed it, right? Like I felt like there needed to be some more decoration on this layout. So I had this kind of chilling out in my stash, so I went ahead and used that. And then I realized that my photo was kind of leaning down because the fun foam was sitting on top of the frame. So I could have cut out the piece of the frame, but ultimately I decided to pop on another piece of fun foam behind my photo. And that way my photo isn't leaning down. My photo is even over top of that frame, because that is one thing that really bugs me. On my own layouts, I just hate it when it leans down like that. Drives me insane. So now I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of gold splatter. And that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining. Can you believe that Follow a Sketch February is almost finished? I cannot believe it. This month has flown by. If you haven't joined the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group yet, go ahead and do that. That's where you're going to find access to all of the sketches. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.